pledge and take a moment of silence for all the persons who are experiencing hardship and injuries from this war.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the town board meeting, January 18th, 2024. For those of you who don't know me, I am Kate Luciani. I'm the town supervisor. To the left of me is Tim Finnegan, our deputy town supervisor. Then there's Teresa Luongo, our town council member. Sandra Priglioni, sorry Sandy, town council member. And Brandon Glory, town council member. So, as of tonight, we have public comment on agenda items only. Does anybody have any comments on agenda items at this time? Okay, then we will move on to administrative business. Acceptance of the minutes. Can I have a motion and a second to accept the receipt of the minutes of the meeting held on January 4th, 2024?
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Approval of abstract number 2. Nicole, can you please read the abstract for this meeting?
Abstract number 2, containing vouchers 240042 through 240094, totaling $214,684.56.
Can I have a motion and a second to approve the abstract as read?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Budget modifications. Nicole, please read the modifications to the 2023 budget prepared for this meeting.
Police, we are increasing B3120453 vehicle repairs by $2,100 and decreasing B3120454 gas by $2,100. For the general fund, we are increasing A9089.800 R other benefits vision retirees by $15.14. A9089.800 other benefit eyeglasses plan by $40 and decreasing A9061.800 dental insurance by $55.14. And then lastly, we have the police. We're increasing B3120.100 police personnel services by $233,227.97. We are increasing B1980.400 payment of MTA payroll tax by $1,438.17. Increasing B9050.800 unemployment by $191.41. And B0599 appropriated fund balance by $234,907.75.
So before I ask for a motion, I'd like to provide some additional information. One, the first 2 budget modifications are not being issued to increase spending. They are a reallocation of appropriations to balance out monies between accounts. 2, the police. The modification for the 2023 budget did increase police personnel. We have a distinguished police officer who was deployed to the Ukraine and is still currently there serving his country. I commend Officer Medina for his commitment to this service. The additional item impacting this increase relates to covering K-9 training for 6 months. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the modifications to the 2023 budget as read and explained?
Make a motion. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Abstain.
Thank you.
Abstain. 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 Abstain.
Sandy and Teresa. The next item is increasing hours from the ADCO from part-time to full-time as August. First, I want to mention Samantha August has been the backbone of the ACO group since last year. Samantha went above and beyond, trained new personnel, continued overseeing the shelter's Facebook page, and for all that Samantha has done and will continue to do, I want to say thank you. The increase in hours is well deserved. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the increased hours for Samantha August at the animal shelter and will be effective Saturday, January 20th, 2024?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Old business. So we have the 2024 Polar Plunge sponsored event. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the date for the 2024 Polar Plunge on November 9th of 2024?
I will make that motion.
I will second. Any discussion?
Supervisor Luciani, I just want to make it very clear, as same as last year, this is just being held at the res. This is not, there's state troopers involved. It's a very easy, event, especially for Woodbury. Last year, with only 9 weeks, we raised $28,000. Now we have 10 months. We have the Cool School Challenge where we get, schools from around Orange County to participate in. Right now, as I speak, they are giving the trophy to the Minnesink School because they won it. And they're doing that right now. Teresa Gilly, the Director of Development from the Special Olympics. So this is an Orange County event that was previously held at a different location. They fell in love with the res when they came here. Why not? It's the jewel of Woodbury. And it's a great event for a great cause. So appreciate the town board's support.
Absolutely. Isn't this like a Special Olympics thing?
Yes, yep,
It's to raise
sponsored by
money.
the Special Olympics.
Right, so it's for a great cause. So, did we make a motion?
Yep.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. The next item is to correct the hourly pay rate for the part-time ACO. I want to take a moment and provide additional context. The job search began in 2023, and the job description captured a 2023 pay rate for this position. The 2 new ACOs were hired in 2024, and the corresponding 2024 pay rate was not reflected at the last town board meeting. The correct rate of pay is $19.8757. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the correction of the part-time ACO rate of pay?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? I will recuse myself from that since my son is involved. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. New business. Announce completion of the 2023 annual accounting. The annual accounting of 2023 records as required pursuant to Section 62 of Town Law was completed on January 12, 2024. I would like to acknowledge Councilwoman Luongo for her assistance in getting the task completed on time. I would also like to thank the department heads for maintaining records in a professional manner and adhering to the fiscal accountability for the town and its residents. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the completion of the 2023 annual accounting sessions?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
We don't need to make a motion, sorry.
Oh, no? Okay.
Next, we have the creation of a disciplinary grievance committee, UPSI union employees. Upon coming into my role as town supervisor, it is evident that the creation of this committee is crucial. There have been many issues that have raised in the first 2 weeks of my term which need to be reviewed, processed, and dealt with accordingly. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the creation of the disciplinary grievance committee for the UPSI union employees?
Make the
With 2
motion.
committee members.
Consisting of 2 members. Consisting of 2 town board members.
Consisting of 2 board members.
Make that motion.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just want to mention, just for the general knowledge for the public out there, as required by the UPSI contract, the union contract, it is required under the contract to have a grievance committee created by the town board. This is not something new, this is something that was always supposed to be in place. Unfortunately, it was not. But this will allow the proper chain of command and procedures and protocols to be adhered to throughout any kind of issues that might rise up. So this is not something new, this is something that needed to be done.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. I also want to make a motion to make appointments to the committee, appointing Sandy. Anybody want to make a motion?
Second.
I'll second.
And the appointment would be for 2024 with the anticipation that at future reorganization meetings, the town board would determine who would sit on the committees. So the appointment should be, for 2024.
Thank you, Joe.
First, right? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I vote on that?
Teresa.
You can,
Should
you can probably, you can recuse.
Then we will make a motion to make an appointment to the committee for Brandon for 2024 with a review at the reorg for next year. I will make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next is the introductory local law, increased salary of town supervisor. Nicole, please read the resolution and schedule the hearing for February 1st, 2024.
We are adopting the following resolution setting a time and place for a hearing on the introductory local law 1 of 2024 entitled Increased Salary of Town Supervisor for 2024. Whereas the town board wishes to set a time and place for a public hearing to consider introductory local law 1 of 2024 entitled Increased Salary of Town Supervisor for 2024. And whereas the town board hereby determines that it will be the lead agency with respect to review of the proposed local law, the project in accord with New York State Environmental Quality Review Act,
Seeker.
SECRA, and Part 617 of the regulations implementing SECRA?
Seeker. Seeker.
Since there are no agencies that have the authority to approve this project, and whereas the town board hereby preliminary classifies the action as an unlisted action under SECRA. Now therefore let it hereby resolve that a public hearing shall be held by the town board in order to receive comments and suggestions regarding the proposed local law and to review any potential adverse environmental impacts of the proposed local law on February 1st, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. at the town hall located at 615 Route 32, Highland Mills, New York. And it's further resolved that the office of the town clerk is authorized and directed to cause public notice of said hearing to be given as provided by law.
Can I have a motion and a second to adopt this resolution?
Make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Designation of delegate, Association of Towns meeting. The town board and I will partake in the upcoming annual Association of Town conference. As such, we are going to designate a delegate which is required. We are assigning myself, Catherine Luciani, as the delegate for this event. Can I have a motion and a second to appoint Catherine Luciani, myself, as the town of Woodbury designation delegate for the upcoming AOT conference?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. 2024 Association of Towns Resolution of Support.
This is to instruct the voting delegate or alternative voting delegate to cast votes of support on behalf of the town of Woodbury on the following issues at the annual business meeting of the Association of Towns to be held on February 21st, 2024. 1. Preserve and support home rule. 2. Support highway, bridge, and transportation funding. 3. Strengthen state and local government partnerships by increasing local revenue sharing program funding. 4. Support affordable housing while preserving local authority. 5. Create a dedicated funding program for municipal water and sewer infrastructures. C. Oppose changing town elections from odd to even numbers. 7. Reform inequities in the real property tax cap formula. 8. Provide all towns with the authority to set speed limits on local roads and remove costly administration requirements. And 9. Increase state competitive bidding threshold. 10. Support and collaborate with the local governments to reach CLCPA goals. And lastly, 11. support justice courts by increasing court fees and keeping town justices local.
Can I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution of support? I'll second. Any discussion? I would just like to say that, it's great to have a delegate here for Woodbury. We go to the Towns Association meetings, and there's a lot of classes that we can take on the board to learn, different things there. And we, as a board, then get to have all these laws go over them, and then we have a representative, then we'll, let everybody know how we here in Woodbury vote. Last year, we didn't have anybody there for Woodbury to, say how we were voting, so it's good to have someone there to support us and say how, we want to be heard. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Resolution of settlement of tax cert litigation, Harriman Commons LLC. So,
Yep. We're going to adopt the following resolution of the town board of the town of Woodbury, authorizing Catania, Mahone, and Ryder to settle tax certiorari proceedings commenced in the years 2019 to 2023 by Harriman Commons LLC against the town of Woodbury, and authorizing firm and/or supervisor to execute documents needed to effectuate the settlement. Whereas Harriman Commons LLC filed tax certiorari petitions against the town pursuant to Article 7 of the New York Real Property Tax Law, challenging the tax assessments of certain property owned by Harriman Commons within the town of Woodbury for the years 2019 through 2023. And whereas the attorneys representing Harriman Commons have set forth an offer of settlement, and the offer was reviewed by the town attorneys and the assessor of the town of Woodbury. And whereas the town board of the town of Woodbury has reviewed, considered, and discussed the issues related to the settlement of these actions, and whereas the town board of the town of Woodbury finds that it is in the best interest of the town of Woodbury to settle this matter. Now therefore be it hereby resolved that the town attorneys, Catania, Mahone, and Ryder, shall have the authority to settle the matter described hereon on behalf of the town of Woodbury, and the town board directs the town attorneys and/or the town supervisor to execute the stipulation of settlement and any other documents necessary to effectuate the terms of the settlement.
thank you, Nicole. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution as read and explained?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. All right, Nicole. Resolution for settlement of tax cert litigation for FBG Monroe LLC.
So we are adopting the following resolution of the town board of the town of Woodbury, authorizing Catania, Mahone, and Ryder to settle tax
Certiorari.
certiorari,
I can't say
sorry.
it.
Proceeding commenced in the year 2023 by FGB Monroe LLC against the town of Woodbury, and authorize the firm and/or supervisor to execute documents needed to effectuate the settlement. Whereas FGB Monroe LLC filed a tax certiorari petition against the town pursuant to Article 7 of the New York Real Property Tax Law, challenging the tax assessments of certain properties owned by FBG within the town of Woodbury for the year 2023. And whereas the attorneys representing FBG have set forth an offer of settlement, and the offer was reviewed by the town's attorneys and the assessor of the town of Woodbury. And whereas the town board and the town of Woodbury have reviewed, considered, and discussed the issues related to the settlement of these actions. And whereas the town board of the town of Woodbury finds that it is in its best interest of the town of Woodbury to settle this matter. Now therefore be it hereby resolved that the town attorneys, Catania, Mahone, and Ryder, shall have the authority to settle the matter described herein on behalf of the town of Woodbury, and the town board directs the town attorneys and their town supervisor to execute the stipulation of settlement and any other documents necessary to effectuate the terms of the settlement.
Thank you again. Can I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution as read and explained?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Department reports and committee minutes. supervisor's report for December 2023. Nicole, can you please read the supervisor's report for December 2023?
Yes, the supervisor's report with receipts totaling $440,521.71 and disbursements totaling $2,092,97.97. I apologize. And
Thank you. May I have a motion and a second to accept and approve the December 2023 supervisor's report as read?
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion outstanding. And for the month of December, we received additional reports submitted by town departments. They are as follow. The town clerk's report for December 2023, animal control report for December 2023, police communications report for December 2023, building and grounds report December 2023, Parks and Recreation Committee minutes, December 2023, Library Director minutes, December 2023, Library Board minutes, December 2023, Beautification Committee minutes, December 7th of 2023, and budget versus actual not yet received. Public comment. Does anybody from the public have anything they would like to say which is not related to the agenda?
Jimmy Ng, Highland Mills,
Just turn your microphone on there, Jimmy.
which one?
Microphone on, you can pick one.
One?
Are you thinking about?
Go in stereo.
No, what do I do? Is Howard? Okay. Hear
There you
me?
go, yeah, good,
Okay,
yeah.
so, Jimmy Ng, Highland Mills, congratulations to Brandon Therese for getting elected, congratulations to Sandy for getting appointed. I pretty much know most of you guys from your presence within the town. And I've been going to village and town meetings for a little while now, and I you catch a vibe. And I'm not gonna say dysfunction, I'm just gonna say there were issues before. I know you guys get along. So basically, this is, you have the majority in the house. So we should have to get a lot of things done. My issue here is, I'm new here again, I've told people that many times. And for whatever reason, I thought Woodbury was, and this is gonna come across the wrong way, a more vibrant place. It was the place that, the Warwick, the Goshen, you know what? I wanna take my wife to that nice little romantic dinner. I'm going to Warwick. I'm going to Goshen. I'm going to Vale's Gate. You guys, not to insult our town, but where am I going to Woodbury? Okay? I'm gonna butcher the last name. Sal Scans or whatever on the town Monroe.
Sal Scancarella.
Bingo.
It's incredible.
We don't have Sal here, do we? It is, I see him posting on a regular basis that this business is available or introducing a new business. My son's looking for a job. That connection. Why do we not have that person trying to build Woodbury? I respect all the projects everyone's doing. The library, beautification, the animal shelter. All this is great for us. But Woodbury doesn't grow up with that. I don't even know what is on 32, that vacant place across from the new trim place. What was there? Because I know that's been vacant since I've lived here. That's a beautiful spot.
Used to be bowling alley in the firehouse, right?
But it's all these things. We got Black Forest Mill Inn, the place, the restaurant across from the Brigadoon. We couldn't get a viable business in there.
They're owned, they're not just somebody owns them.
No, I know somebody owns it. I'm saying that it didn't change hands into another business. My wife had a birthday recently. We went out to lunch at it's Market in Piermont. It's a legitimate restaurant. Parking lot, that sit down place where, whether it's family or friends who come up, you know what, I wanna show them Woodbury. to show them the res, to show them everything else. But we got nowhere to go. We got these restaurants in the strip mall. We got, there's just not that, there's not that business that is Woodbury. Woodbury Commons, I don't count Woodbury Commons, that's down there. You made a great comment when we were arguing about cannabis, okay? We want businesses. My history is, my experiences in the city. And I've watched areas grow and decline. If you go back to the 70s and 80s, Koreatown was this one section block in Flushing. The Koreans started building one restaurant, then another restaurant, then they started building and building, and they are from the 140s up to the 200s in the Bayside, and they're vibrant. But everything else was closed down and shut down with COVID, or everybody else is struggling, they're building. What are we doing? I am publicly out there that I do not support cannabis. What's done is done, we didn't opt out, but that is not the business that is gonna grow us. But it is what it is. But whose job, whose position, who is that?
Jimmy, can I interject here? All right, so prior to a few of us being on this board, Teresa Luongo and Kate Luciani are part of We Are Woodbury, which is a community-based group, and they would do interviews with new businesses that came in. I also did those too. And we would go, I've eaten at every restaurant in this town.
I'm gonna
And
tell
I'm
you
gonna
one
tell you
second before I
that
lose
we
the
have
ball.
some great food in this town.
When you ran first time, the greatest thing you did, and Brandon, I respect you. We don't have any connection outside of this. We met when you first started
That's right.
campaigning for that. But because of what you do, you could be the worst, most miserable person in the world. But what I see is you are that Woodbury father who's trying to raise a family here.
That's right.
For you,
We all are.
your wife and kids. And I respect that. But what you did on that campaign, you went to a couple of places and you did that video blog.
Yep. We actually even did one up at the Res about the hiking trails and
Okay,
stuff up
and
there.
that
highlighting that,
is, but that is what we need.
And
I'm
we
not
did
gonna-
one for
I'm sorry.
the teeth
You're
whitening.
not gonna get people here because we have a wonderful food pantry or a wonderful animal shelter. You're gonna have to get here where, you know what? We have the only sit-down Korean barbecue restaurant. We have the only Chinese restaurant. We have this is becoming an increasingly Jewish area, but there is no high-end Jewish restaurant here. Why?
Jimmy, can I just say something? So, just like Brandon had said, when Teresa and I started We Are Woodbury, everybody on the village board, we all worked together, and we started coming up with We Are Woodbury, and then we wanted to do, different things to bring businesses in here. Teresa used to go to every vacant building, and she would find out how much the rent was, what the size of the place was. We would meet with Sal, and we would go down to the marketplace. Back then, the marketplace was down at Sacred Heart, and they were doing it in the gym. And we went and we got business cards from people that were selling soap, or they were selling shirts and things like that, and asked them if they wanted to open a business, bring it down here to Woodbury. The problem is a lot of the rents were really high, and there's a lot of different codes here. We have Bernick, who used to own R32 that did the shirts. He wants to open a coffee house. He's been waiting for 3 years to try to open a coffee house here. We don't have a coffee house. There's so many things that we can do, and we've tried through, like I said, We Are Woodbury and things like that. And I love what you say, because that was our vision. That's how I got involved in the politics, is bringing more business in. We have to have more business in here so people can stroll down the road, and they can bring their families, and they can go shopping. And, I grew up by Nyack, and you walk down that road, and they had antique shops and jewelry shops, and these are things we want here. We could have it here in Woodbury.
It is that antique shop. We have so many craftsmen here, but there's not a store selling their crafts. Okay? Somebody tried to tell me that we don't have Main Street. No, I got 32.
And Smith Cove Road.
Yeah.
We have Smith
And
Cove Road that we
you
walk
have these
towards.
areas. Instead of that antique shop, I got the junkyard. I mean, there's just certain things where it doesn't make sense to me.
I want a consignment shop. I mean, I would love to have one of those there.
But you guys try to do it as a committee. Sometimes it's that one person. It's not the town of Monroe that goes out there soliciting, it's Sal.
I know.
And I have never met Sal.
I've asked
We've
him
been
to
back and
move
forth a
here.
couple times. I mean, but we need that person. We need that, I mean, the whole thing is, you guys as a board, I don't, you know what, you know, like, I had my differences with Tyler. It was nothing personal. I'm standing up here where, you know what, I want whatever you want. Okay, I'm gonna stand here and say I'm pro Woodbury. I'm not pro any one issue, I'm pro Woodbury. And by common sense, we kinda know what it is or it isn't, okay? You know, you guys as a board, are you for Woodbury the residents? Are you trying to grow Woodbury? Where is your agenda? I mean, I heard campaigns, and you know what, campaign promises don't mean anything to me, okay? Because we, you know, it is politics, we say anything we want. But, what is the goal here? You know, it's to grow the animal shelter, it's not gonna help Woodbury, okay? We're losing businesses, and it is. You have, some of you have been here for a long time. This is not the Woodbury that was before. Things changed. But which way are we going? Are we for the better or for the worse? And you know, that's the honesty that we kind of need.
Well,
You know, I don't question
definitely
any.
for the better.
I'm sorry.
It's definitely for the better. You have 5 people here.
No,
that
as
want-
far as
that
the
want to
board,
do
I
it.
get it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying as the area, which way are we going?
The problem is, like I said, there's only limits to what we can do. Tim and I, you know, Tim owns Finnegan's across the road. We talked about trying to get grants to be able to like whitewash, you know, where, was it China, was that Panda? You know, that whole area, if you look at pictures, if you go to the Historical Society, that was like whitewashed, beautiful buildings. And being able to bring businesses into there. We're very limited in what we can do here. That's why the town and the village have to work together.
And
We
that's
can
the
grow
whole thing.
together.
Jimmy, just to add to that, I mean, we're in, and people are gonna build and do what they wanna do, but we're in one of the worst economic times to buy real estate, to start a business. I mean, to hope and pray that every vacant place around here gets taken with beautiful shops, realistically, I don't see happening today. I mean, it's
You
tough
know,
to own a business.
Listen, when I moved here, and you know what, the route was, I could barely remember. We looked at a place, Mansion Ridge, and then they told us there was something else. And we came past KJ, we came here. We saw, I saw KJ, I saw it, but it is what it is. I didn't think it would affect so many things. I'm on Facebook a lot, way too much. And you have people posting in certain groups, like, you know what, I'm looking to move to Orange County, where should I go? I was embarrassed, not one person mentioned Woodbury. Everyone said Warwick, Goshen, this and that, and on and on and on. And, you know, that's the change, until we become desirable, nothing changes, we'll be fighting here and we'll be arguing about the nonsense. You have the 5 of you now. This is the perfect time. If you guys have plans, ideas, get them, you're not wasting time with other nonsense. And then if you guys can work with the village, it's wonderful. You guys showed at the last meeting, the turnout in the village board meeting was tremendous. The last town meeting was tremendous. But we're back to the regulars basically. You know, people watch us, people report on us, the photo news, everyone else, so people do hear. But it's more negative stuff than positive. There's only so much more you do about certain things. But I would love it if, you know, you as town supervisor, I got big news, this is opening here. Rather than, you know,
We've been trying.
no, I know, and I
Sal has come here, he's tried to bring in breweries and things like that. Sal has tried to help Woodbury
Jim,
a lot of times.
It's the second meeting.
No,
We're gonna get
that's
moving.
fine.
We're gonna get
I'm
moving
throwing it
here.
out there that,
Jimmy, I'm gonna have you sit down with Sal and myself, and he's gonna blow your mind, but he will let you know all the businesses he has tried to bring here, and You know, Sal is, you know, I say he's a freight train, he is.
He's a
And
force.
Sal knows that we're not gonna, Monroe will not succeed without Woodbury. We are Monroe, Woodbury. That is our school district, so we have to work together. And that's why we work so well with Monroe.
I don't wanna be the little, I don't wanna be the little sister. I don't wanna hang out in those coattails,
Nope,
okay?
but it's
It-
good to be involved.
No,
you
it's good
know.
to be involved,
Working together.
okay, but it's, what you want is, like, you know what, hey, I got visitors where, you know, I will post on whatever, where should I take them for dinner? Everyone's gonna tell me captain's table, this and that, in Monroe. You had the food truck festival, it was Monroe's food truck festival. Why, where's ours? I mean, just little things like this that,
We're glad to have one.
but it's just, it's, I would, commerce is what helps the area. You got the nicest houses in the world, you got the greatest police force in the world. It's not gonna help us without the commerce. And again, Woodbury Commerce is great, we may get tax revenues here and there, but it's, aside from names, who's it, do you really consider Woodbury Commons part of Woodbury, location wise? It isn't. And Woodbury Commons is strictly for, you know, visitors over there. It really is. They come outside and, you know, sadly, most of the Woodbury residents, especially around Christmas, feel it's an inconvenience rather than an asset. But it's just, I just wanna know that, you know what, this board is trying to help Woodbury grow.
You got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Uh,
Does anyone else
You
from
go.
the public
You go
have
first.
anything they would like to
Go.
say?
Go.
Maria Hunter, Highland Mills, Woodbury resident for almost 45 years. I consider Woodbury Common part of Woodbury. They've been here since the 80s. They contribute to $16 million to Woodbury, town, county, village, school taxes. Woodbury Common is part of Woodbury. Let's not disown them. There is a nice little place to go down there to eat. If you haven't tried it, try Tom. It's not it's not a 5-star sit down, go out and wear high heels and a tuxedo, but they've got good food. Try it. Woodbury Center. I don't know if anyone is really pays attention to the village planning board. Where Staples, what's the other store? Linens and Things used to be years ago. From Kohl's over. There's an application before the planning board to put about 18 to 20 little buildings of boutiques, thank you, I couldn't think of the word. That is something for Woodbury to go to, that's a goal for us. We are a truck route on Route 32. I keep saying this for years, we are a bedroom community. We lost the Savory Grill, Pepe and Eddie's, the Black Forest. Those were nice little places to have sit-down dinners. Savory Grill, as I used to know it as the M&R Club. That's a long time ago. They're trying to come back in with a business for a steakhouse. I'm waiting for it. We do have nice restaurants, Cosmos, Iron Chef. We have many other places to eat that are not, you go, I can name them all. I can take you right down 32 from start to
Better
finish.
place.
Excuse me?
I said a better place, Mario's.
Mario's, Better Place, Michi's, Lucero, you have the diner, you have Jorge's, you have the little Mexican restaurant, the Caribbean place is closed right now under repair. We have a lot of places to go for a quick lunch, for breakfast. You have an ice cream store, you have now sells coffee. We have this in Woodbury. You're never going to get Smith Clove Road, from Smith Clove Road 32 to the train trestle, to be something like Monroe had with the dinner outside. Go down there some night and some weekends. You can't sit outside, let alone walk into the stores because of the sewer smell down there. It's not conducive to having an outside sit-down area like Monroe used to do. Monroe doesn't do it anymore. It's been 2 years now. Why? They don't have the outside dining on a Saturday night. It has not been there. Woodbury's unique. We have been unique for years. I hear what you're saying, Jimmy, but the places to, there isn't a place to put a restaurant anymore. The only place I can come up that's empty and vacant is where Django's Pizza used to be. Where else on 32 is there a place to eat or open up a restaurant?
That's occupied.
Excuse me?
There's no
That's
parking.
occupied, they have a tenant fill.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. We have our dynamics, our demographics, dynamics, everything is changing in Woodbury. It's definitely changing. People come to Woodbury because of Woodbury Common. They used to come to Woodbury because of Monroe school districts. We're unique. We're not like Cornwall, we're not like Goshen, we're not like Warwick. We don't have that small town vibe. We don't have that little side street. We don't have little places to park your cars and walk to it. I hear what you're saying, but the businesses in this town, you forget about the businesses that are not food industry. You've got oil, you've got plumbing, you've got a lot of, you've got dry cleaning. We're surviving, barely, okay?
That's my point.
But that's where the residents to come to our places for those different businesses. So focus on what we have, build on what we have first, expand what we have. Everyone keeps going, food, food, food. If you look at most of our businesses, we're mom and pop stores, and we're struggling, and we're trying to keep this, and we do our fair share for Woodbury. And I see you shaking your head, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, Tim, you know darn well what I'm talking about.
I opened a business in the worst possible year I
Or-
could have ever opened a business.
That's right, but we maintain it and we do it, and that's where we have to start. Let's not bring more in, let's build from up, let's build up, and let's make that what we need to do. On another fun note, I just happened to look at some of the reports tonight. What a pleasure it is to read the Animal Control monthly report. It's clear, it's concise, it looks phenomenal. My only question is the donations. We have a special line for the donations, and is there a form to say where people want their money to go to now? Is that, am I correct on that?
Yeah, Sue did an incredible new donation thing that when people come in, they put their names and they can actually check exactly what they want it
Perfect.
for, so it's, and.
That's a beautiful thing, like I said,
She
I
did a fantastic job.
thought it was Susan that worked
Yeah,
on that, so,
she's
because I
amazing.
know what she does. Thank you, Chief, for allowing her to, your department to help out with that, because I know where that's coming from, because I know what she's done in the past. And other than that, we're into January. Library. You know I'm gonna keep hitting on this. We gave this board, some of you members, 3 of you, you gave it till December 31st to have a decision from this library. I haven't heard anything, and I'm getting sick and tired of the library putting in their minutes, which they did again. Maybe someone from this board can reach out to them.
Maria, if I could just interrupt you, we are working on it, the liaisons for the library, we've met with, the, president of, the board of trustees, with Sarah, and with another, trustee that was available. And we are trying to move forward, we're trying to work in
Okay, perfect.
And
a
with that,
positive direction and resolve all the issues, that would be palatable to everybody.
we're trying to do it without, no offense, Joe, the lawyers the whole time. We're trying to sit down and have conversations and deal with it, so we've had several conversations, it's, what, 3 and,
That's great,
had
but
several conversations.
But there's a big but, because of what the library has done to us in the last 2 years, I'm imploring this board, be careful what you say, and make sure nothing's being recorded without you knowing it, because they'll hold it against you. And I honestly, that's what I truly believe. But for them to again put in the December minutes, there continues to be no acknowledgement by the town board regarding the MOA for the video surveillance private server installed in the Highland Mills branch after 13 months, 2 joint work sessions, and 26 town board meetings. They need to start saying, we are meeting with the town board, and maybe whoever's the liaison can please tell them, stop doing that.
Well,
You gotta work together with them.
we are working with them, Maria, and we do understand why they are putting that in their minutes. It has to do with the legality, and we do understand it, but again, we are trying to work positively and amicably and come up with a resolution that's going to work for everybody.
I appreciate it, but like I said, and I see our attorney sitting there with a puzzled look on his face, this has been an issue, and I'm surprised that he doesn't even, he might not even know about this, and he knows about it now, what you're saying tonight. With that being said, the first week's paycheck included December 2023 payroll in it. Who's doing the payroll for the library? They were supposed to have that in place in August. I leave it with that, because
We never changed that. We said we were keeping it status quo. We never said that they were gonna handle their own payroll. We have somebody who does payroll through the town, and we did not want payroll going over and having them get their own payroll company and it causing the taxpayer more money. So we kept it status quo, and that's how we.
well, where was that decided formally in front of the meeting? That was, you had them on the books.
We had a work session and.
Work session doesn't count unless you make a motion and you put it into effect.
I
This
believe
prior
private
board
discussion,
said,
right?
this prior board said by December 31st, there's supposed to be a decision one way or the other. And if you're going to change it, I may be wrong, but your attorney may suggest that you do an extension to that agreement, because this is not fair to us, and you need to talk to your attorney about it, because I'm telling you, this is a hot issue with me, and it will be for a long time.
Well, Maria, can I just ask a question before we get down? Sorry.
Microphone.
In your opinion, because that was one thing that came up earlier, we had said that the town paying their payroll, doing their payroll rather, covers every town employee to include that. If we make them get their own payroll service, it's gonna be astronomically more expensive for a handful of employees compared to a group of employees.
Not according to when Sarah, who's your director, they said they could do it. She said she knew how to do it. and
Could
she
they do it? Yes.
She said she could do it. And they have not been supporting what they said in these meetings. I don't wanna go back and check all the meetings and what they exactly said, but I clearly remember, they said by August, we were gonna look into it. And in their budget for this year, there's money in there for more people that they are going to hire. And I was under the presumption that one of the people is supposed to be for the payroll. I'm sorry, but it's not fair to us when the county said that they're not town employees. And I'm going to, you know it was on Facebook the last 2 days. The president of that organization, someone says that the town supervisor is in charge of the library. You know where I'm going with that. And she said that the library is not under the control. Clearly, I can't open up the paper. Slight correction for just the record, the town does not oversee the library, and WPL is not a town department. Both work together, but it's not an oversight or governance relationship. They're governed by the New York State Education Department. That alone, that statement alone on Facebook, which I have a copy of it, excludes you from being their payroll. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Maria. Anybody else from the public?
John Keller, Highland Mills. I just want clarification on one thing. The grievance committee for the union employees. You appointed Brandon on that committee, did you not?
Well, we all decided and they wanted to be put on it.
Okay, I want to object to that. Brandon's a union delegate. If I was a union
Correction.
employee,
Union president, not
union
delegate, there's a
president,
difference.
okay, union president. If I was a union employee and I had a grievance, why would I want to go to a union president and voice my opinion, my grievance? Where is he gonna stand? The union side or my side as a neutral party? Think about that. I want a neutral party. I don't want somebody that's standing on the union side. I want a neutral party to voice my opinion to. I'm objecting to that.
Thank you. Anybody else in the public?
Come on, Hobbles. You want a crutch?
No, I'm good. I just want to tell everybody, there's gonna be snow again tomorrow, so be careful out there. Not a lot, but it's still gonna make it a little slippery. The last couple of weeks have been up.
You know when it's supposed to start, though?
It should be, early morning, as rush hour, of course. 1 to 3 inches, who knows what's gonna happen, I didn't get nothing, but I just want everybody to be careful, because there's been a lot, there's been a lot of accidents on the thruway especially, so just be careful.
So we'll get our 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I'll call you at 6 o'clock in the morning, yes, yes, we'll do our little thing at 6 o'clock, yes. All right, that's all I got, thanks.
Thanks, sir.
Any other comments from the public? Department and board member comments, Joey and Maria, do you guys have anything you want to say?
No, I'm done.
I'm good. You're good?
We're working with the storms in between taking decorations down, so bear with us. I mean, thank you to the Woodbury Highway Department for all they've done, Buildings and Grounds, and to all the people who enjoyed our decorations. Thank you for passing on the good comments.
It actually looks pretty in the snow, I
It
gotta
does.
tell you.
Well, Maria, I have one question for you before you sit down. Are we making are there any plans in the future to move forward with the, veteran flags that everyone keeps talking about? Is there any?
I'm just waiting for the men from the Legion, when they're all together, to have a meeting, because I need to go pass a few things by them, but
Okay.
I haven't been, Phil Lorella hasn't been around that I can get to a meeting, so once we get a meeting, and between that and the Memorial Day parade, Lord give me strength.
And Maria, I'd happily help you again with that.
I know, don't worry, I got your name on the list.
Thank you.
Thank you. Joe, okay, our attorney, do you have any comments?
Can I meet with the board for about 10 minutes and attorney-client after the meeting?
Absolutely.
That's 50 minutes.
Chief Watson?
I've said everything I need to before the meeting.
Thank you. Okay. So I'll start again, council member Lori.
All right. As always, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. I'm very excited to announce that I have obtained a grant from the Woodbury Police Department for $6,500 for public safety initiatives. I look forward to working with our police department to bring these initiatives to fruition in the near future. The covers all wages, equipment, and there's a lot of ideas in the Woodbury Police Department of how we're going to be able to use this. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm very happy to get that. I'd also like to thank the board for supporting the Orange County Special Olympics Polar Plunge. It's a fantastic event that raises money for our athletes, and I couldn't think of a better place to have it. So that's all I got. Thank you very much.
Council member Priglioni.
I too would like to thank everyone for coming out on such a cold night. I have been in Albany the last 2 days, at the Association of Towns training meeting. I'm not going with the rest of the board to the city next month, and I'm driving back up there tomorrow morning. That's why I was wondering about when the snow's supposed to start.
Upstate's gonna be less than we get.
Oh, okay, all right, it was like 1 degree this morning. But one thing that they said at the conference that has really stuck out with me, and especially tonight, amongst everybody that's here, they said something that's lacking in most town board, village board, city meetings is civility. It's gone way beyond, we think that some of the meetings here in Woodbury is bad. Some of the film and the videos that we saw, incredible, just animals, basically, and that's what the, one speaker referred to some of the people as, because it almost came down to, it was more than verbal attacks, it was almost physical attacks. But in any case, I just want to thank everyone that's here tonight. I think it was a very civil meeting, and I appreciate it as a new board member. I mean, I've sat on that side, I've been up to that podium several times, but to sit here and to, take notes and listen, I thank everybody for their civility tonight. That's all.
Thank you. Council member Longo.
I agree with what Sandy said. Thank you for everyone for coming and remaining civil, and I appreciate all your comments and input. Want everyone to stay safe with the snow once again. Stay warm, and I want to wish my son a happy 16th birthday on Saturday. So he's probably not gonna like that there's a lot of snow, but hopefully he can get out. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to be with him. My daughter does competitive cheerleading, and I can't be at two places at once. I have to be in Rhode Island this weekend. So we celebrated a little early, and probably celebrate again when I get back. I wish everyone have a good rest of their night. Thank you.
Council member, Deputy Supervisor, Finnegan.
Thank you everybody for coming out, drive safe with the snow, and, I'm sure as many people here heard already that a resident had a house fire over the week. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and it's fire season, do your due diligence and clean your chimneys and get everything inspected and be safe, so. Thank you, have a good night.
Is there any like donation or anything?
I don't know yet, if anybody put out a GoFundMe or if there's a drive for them for stuff. I'm not sure. I will let somebody know so it can get put out there first.
Thank you. I would like to acknowledge our village highway department for cleaning up our roads, our building and grounds. Joey and I have been in touch, and the jobs that these guys have done, I mean, the hours that they have put in back and forth. I know our water department also helps out. I mean, we've had one thing after another, and they've done an incredible job. They keep our streets clean and safe. And so I just really want to thank them and all of our emergency personnel for braving the weather, and, exactly what Tim just said, for that family that just dealt with the fire. I want to thank our volunteer fire department, ambulance for being there for those, residents. And, when something like that happens, it really impacts all of us in our community. So I just want to thank everybody, all of our emergency personnel for reacting so quickly in such extreme weather. That's also an extremely hard thing. Oh, and our police department, sorry, Watson. And I would just like to say, this is our second meeting. I want to voice what everybody else said. It was great to see everybody here, have everybody be so civil, and, I gotta tell you, 3 weeks into the job, and I love it, I'm really happy working with the village. We met with them, we talked to them, we're trying to work on a grant for the animal shelter. Again, Jimmy, that's not where your desire is, but we do need it because as of 2025, we will not be in compliance in what will we do with our animals. So, the village helped us out, and they kind of push things through for us, so we don't have to go through all the planning board process. And, this can be a huge asset here for us in Woodbury. Right now, we have 4 dogs, and we're literally at the capacity of our dogs there. And, Joey's been down there with the building and grounds, he's trying to repair the houses and the buildings where the cats are and things like that. And we're trying to do the best that we can there, but to be able to get this grant and have a new building actually put in there for us would be so huge for Woodbury. So I'm really happy with everybody who's been helping, our grant writer, our engineer, our police department, the building and grounds. We're all in on these meetings, and and like I said, the village even jumping in and helping us out. It's incredible to see everybody working together within just a short amount of time, and all the things that we have accomplished, So I'm really proud. I'm proud of this board, and I'm hoping that we continue in a really positive manner. So, can I have a motion and a second to adjourn?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Have a great night, everybody. Drive safe.